Welcome to The Explainer. Ever wondered about the hidden senses in our technology? The magic that lets your phone rotate its screen just right, or a car know exactly when to deploy an airbag. Well, today we're pulling back that curtain. Let's dive in. All right, so let's get right into it. We're literally surrounded by these automated systems. I'm talking about the kind of tech that just seems to, well, work, almost like magic, reacting to the world all on its own without anyone lifting a finger. Just think about the stuff we use every single day. Take a car, for instance. In a crash, it knows, in a split second, mind you, the precise moment to deploy its airbags. That's not just fast, it's practically instantaneous. Or, think about a security light outside your house. It can see through total darkness, sense an intruder, and bam, flick on a floodlight, all by itself. So this all leads to the big question, right? How in the world do they know what to do, and more importantly, when to do it? There's no person standing there flipping a switch. Well, the secret behind it all is actually surprisingly simple. It's kind of elegant, really. It turns out every single one of these systems, no matter how different they seem, follows the exact same three-step process. And I mean every system. It doesn't matter if we're talking about a simple kid's toy or some super complex industrial robot. They're all built on the very same fundamental model. And here it is, the whole shebang. It's a three-step dance. Sense, think, and act. First, the system has to sense. It uses sensors to gather info about its environment. Step 2 is think. A microprocessor, which is basically the system's brain, crunches that data. It's asking, okay, what does this mean? Do I need to do something? And finally, step 3, act. An actuator gets the signal and performs an action. That could be anything. A motor spinning, a light turning on, you name it. Sense, think, act. It's the universal blueprint for all automation. So for the rest of this explainer, we're going to focus on that first, super crucial step, the sense part. We're diving into the sensors themselves, the digital eyes, ears, and, well, the nerves of our modern world. Okay, let's open up the toolbox and see what we've got. What are these digital senses, really? And how do they actually work? All right, here's a problem for you. How does your phone instantly know to flip its screen when you turn it sideways? And going back to that car example, how does it really know it's been in a crash and not just, a big pothole? The solution? A nifty little device called the accelerometer. It's this tiny but incredibly powerful sensor that does one thing and does it extremely well. It measures acceleration and motion. It's what feels you tilting your phone, and it's also what feels that violent, sudden stop of a collision. Okay, let's look at another common problem. Picture this. You're running a super high-tech greenhouse. Your plants need the humidity to be perfect, not too wet, not too dry. How do you pull that off automatically, 24/7? You guessed it, there's a sensor for that. It's the humidity sensor. It's constantly taking little sips of air and measuring the water vapor inside. That data then tells the system whether to add or remove moisture, creating that perfect Goldilocks environment where plants can just thrive. But what about detecting things that are completely invisible to us? I mean, how can a security system spot an intruder in the pitch black dark? Well, for that, these systems have a kind of superpower. They use a type of sight that we humans just don't have. They see the world in infrared, which is a spectrum of light that's totally invisible to our eyes. And it gets cooler. There are basically two types of these infrared sensors. You've got your active ones, which are like setting up an invisible laser tripwire. They shoot out a beam of infrared light, and if something breaks that beam, busted. Then you have the passive ones. These guys don't send anything out at all. They just sit there and watch, looking for changes in heat. So when they detect the body heat of a person walking by, they know something's up. So two totally different approaches, but they both get the same job done. Once you start to see this sense, think, act pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. I mean, these sensor-driven systems are absolutely all around us. Think about it. We're talking about industry, transport, agriculture, even weather forecasting. It's in the games you play, the lights in your house, and the most advanced scientific labs. Automation really is a cornerstone of modern life. And what's so wild is that all of this complex, amazing technology is built on those three simple building blocks we talked about: sense, think, act. It's just an incredibly powerful and versatile idea. So all this brings us to a final pretty big thought about, well, the future. Here's the real kicker. The sensors, these digital senses that power all this tech, they're constantly getting better. Every single day, they're becoming smaller, cheaper, and way more powerful. So really, the question isn't what can we automate anymore? The real question is becoming, what will we choose not to?